am your host, HOV. I go by Commander HOV to some of you. Hey, and look, man, we back. 4 games in a row. Victory Monday. Check us out. Check us out. And y'all said we wasn't gonna do it. Oh, Cleveland got the best defense, one of the best defense in the league. Stop it. All right? Stop it. Commanders on another Victory Monday. So that's 3 Victory Mondays and a Victory Tuesday in the last month. Stop playing with us, baby. Stop playing with us. Anyway, welcome to my Redskins fans, my Commander fans, and the pull-up game. We here another week, y'all. Another week. Another Monday. After a successful Sunday, Ohio ties. What's going on? What up, Oos? Hey, you know what? Before we even get started, y'all know what I like to do on a Victory Monday. Shit, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Grab a shot, grab a glass. After that, it's belt the ass. And I brought my belt because we out here whooping shit, whooping feet. Salud. Woo, he said it's 4:15 here in Sydney. Golly. Damn, y'all way behind. Or y'all a day ahead. Because it's 4:15. What day? Is it a Tuesday? Or is it a Monday? I know I ain't too many places behind California as far as time zone. My boy Big C walking here. All right, y'all. Let's get straight into it. Street Profit, what up, what up? Oh, see, it's Tuesday, so y'all ahead. Y'all almost a day ahead. All right, y'all. We got so much to cover, man. Yesterday was lit. Oh, man, my commanders. Another W. Baltimore Ravens and a nail biter in overtime. Got the W. That was a great game, too. That should have been the Sunday night game. They're going to give us Pittsburgh and Dallas. Even though it was a good game, I wouldn't say a good game. It was a close game because there wasn't shit good about that game. It was a sloppy game. It was sloppy weather. But yeah, it was a close game. Dallas ended up getting that. The Raiders got their feet whooped. By the Broncos. I watched that game. Fucking Giants beat Seattle, y'all, on a block field goal. Blocked field goal. That shit. I was mad because Seattle let the Giants win. And I was mad because that game right there. Well, the Steelers end up losing anyway. I picked the Steelers to win. Those 2 games, the 49ers cost me $3,500. I could have had another $3,500 after winning $3,500 last week. Fucking 49ers choked, blew another 10-point lead in the fourth quarter to Arizona Cardinals. Lost by 1. That pissed me off. Green Bay Packers took over here in SoFi Stadium in LA, in Inglewood. That shit was damn near all Green Bay fans in there. They took over and got the W. Jordan Love looked like, he's still struggling coming back from injury. But ultimately got the W. Who else we got? We had the Vikings and the Jets, across the pond at 6:30, bro. I was watching football from 6:30 to 10 o'clock last night. And you talking about tired, whooped. I couldn't even give y'all post game pull up last night because nigga football didn't end till 10 o'clock. It would have been none of y'all in here. And plus, I was tired. Nigga, I was so tired. I was too tired to talk. That last little drive, it felt like it took 15 minutes for Cowboys to score that touchdown on the 3-yard line. Shit was crazy, man. Shit was crazy. But yeah, you got the Jets and the Vikings across the pond. Aaron Rodgers looked really bad yesterday. He's struggling. Yesterday, I tweeted out in the middle of the game, this looked like an end of an era. You feel me? This should look like the end of an era. Yeah, I'm sure it started at 10 o'clock on the East Coast because it started at 7 o'clock here. I'm like, damn, that weather that bad? I'm like, but shit, I need this game to go because all I needed yesterday for my props was for Dak Prescott to throw 1 yard and I hit. So that's all I was waiting for. I'm like, get this game on the road. Don't even postpone this game. Fuck this weather. These niggas can play in this shit. They built for this. Houston Texans and Buffalo Bills in a nail biter. That was a good game. Kyle Fairbairn, man, came through for your boy. You know, so it's crazy. So I play in 2 fantasy leagues. I played Kyle Fairbairn, and then I played against him. And I'm like, damn, I hope I got enough points to win because I need this nigga to make the kick, but I don't need him to make the kick against me. And yeah, he did that. Shout out to H-Town. Who else we got? Let me see. Let me go through these games. The Colts and Jacksonville was surprisingly a good game. You know, division rivals. Jacksonville got their first win yesterday by 3. Jacksonville looked pretty solid yesterday. But old man Flacco looked pretty solid too. Old man Flacco looked like he needs to be the quarterback going forward. But we'll get back into that a little bit later. Patriots and the Dolphins. Oh my God. That game was so whatever. It was close, but it was so whatever. It's like they need their quarterback badly. You know, they need Tua badly for that offense to flow. Because even though Patriots play these guys, you know, pretty difficult because it's a division opponent. You know, all of your division ops, they all play you, you know, play you tough. But I just feel like they just been struggling without Tua and all. You had the Chicago Bears whooping feet. Caleb had a good game yesterday, y'all. He wasn't struggling yesterday. Finally got DJ Moore 2 touchdowns yesterday. I was happy about that, being a DJ Moore fantasy owner and starting him yesterday. I didn't know if I should started him or Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm like, fuck it. They playing against Carolina. It's DJ Moore old team. I'm starting DJ Moore. Marvin Harrison Jr. playing against the 49ers. That defense ain't nothing to play with. And I'm glad I did what I did because Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't do shit yesterday. Broncos and the Raiders. Broncos handled business. My boy Pat Surtain had a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. Bo Nix looked good yesterday, finally. All 3 rookie quarterbacks had good games yesterday. We'll get back into that later, but man, there's so much trouble going on in Las Vegas right now. You got Devontae Adams drama. You got Gardner Minshew get booted out the game for what's his name? Aiden O'Connell. Shit just looking bad over there in Las Vegas. Man, it's terrible. Amir Abdullah looked good yesterday. But where the fuck is Alexander Madison? Where the fuck is Amir White at? Like, damn. That between them and Dallas, it's like you don't even want to watch them play, dog, as far as like run game. You know, because they got very little to no run game. Dallas looked good last night as far as the run game with Rico Dotto. But outside of that, it's like nothing. We don't want to see Zeke run. Zeke can barely get out the fucking backfield. Talked about the Cardinals, talk about the Packers, Seattle, Dallas. Let's get into these games. Let's get into the stats, y'all. But before we do that, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the New Orleans Saints tonight. I picked the New Orleans Saints to win. I think, it's overdue that Kansas City take a L. Hopefully, New Orleans can do what they've been doing the first 2 weeks of the season. They had a rough couple weeks these past 2 weeks. Hopefully, they can bounce back tonight. As far as the offense, they're gonna have it. They're gonna have a rough night with Say Drake, what up? They're gonna have a rough night with Kansas City defense for sure. Kansas City defense is so underrated and so tough. But I feel like Kansas City offense is gonna have a tough night with the Saints defense too. Saints defense is underrated too. Won't be taking an L with Derek Carr. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. It should be a good game, though. Kansas City is at home. Kansas City is 5.5 points favorite. I just hope it's a game, though. I hope it's a game. Get these dudes a game. It's time for somebody to beat Kansas City. We talked about the Falcons and the Buccaneers already. We did that already the night after the game. Let's talk about the game over the river, man, over the pond. Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers, I'm looking like, dog. I knew he wasn't going to come back being the Aaron Rodgers that we know, though. Man, 40 years old, coming off an Achilles injury. Like, what more do you expect? But I didn't expect the mobile Aaron Rodgers, the Aaron Rodgers that'll, run out of the pocket and beat you with his feet. I knew those days was gonna be over with, coming off of what he coming off of. I knew he wasn't gonna be the same far as that aspect. But to me, he just seeming like a check down Charlie type dude now. You feel me? He threw the ball 54 times yesterday. 54 times, 29 out of 54. 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Was sacked 3 times. One of the 3 times, it was ugly. It was a pile up, his legs, and he was bent all up under the pile. I'm like, oh, don't tell me he's about to be an ACL now. So, but he eventually got up. That play right there took it to 4th down. Once they punted, it was a penalty on the receiving team. I guess roughing the punter. Which granted him the ball right back, and he came out right back. You feel me? Yeah, they're a struggle to watch, man. And then I don't know what's going on with the run game, like Braylon Allen, Breece Hall, like what's been going on? Breece Hall was talking all that shit, talking about he was gonna be the Russian champ this year. He was gonna lead the league in rushing this year. And it ain't looking like it so far. Breece Hall had 9 carries for 23 yards. 2.5 yards per carry. Same with Braylon Allen. He had 5 carries for 13 for 2.5. Garrett Wilson, though. Garrett Wilson finally had a game. Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers finally was clicking yesterday. 13 catches off of 22 targets. The most targets to a receiver in a long time. I want to say since like T.O. or some shit, the year T.O. had 20 catches in one game. Garrett had 13 for 101 and a touchdown. This was a pretty close game. It was could have went both ways. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that, Eli. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Alan Lazard, 4 catches for 34 and a touchdown. He had a lot of drops yesterday. He had 10 targets. I want to say at least 3 of them was drops. Tyler Conklin seemed like that's Aaron Rodgers' favorite target because he kept going to him. He had 9 targets, caught 6 of them, 55 yards. It seemed like that was the check down every time he was, he was in trouble. Granted though, Vikings defense is tough. They got a pick 6 on him yesterday, so he's being very cautious, to who he was throwing it to. And Conklin seemed like he was open for most part of the day. But let's get into the Jets defense. My God. I get it. You playing against Jordan Addison. You playing against Justin Jefferson. You want to play them physical. You want to stay right on their hip. As a cornerback, I get it. Whatever you can do, to win each rep, try to get an advantage. I get it. But I never noticed how handsy, that's the word that they use, NFL terms. Let's go. Commanders. Let me get back on topic though. I never knew how handsy Sauce Gardner was till yesterday. I hear it, but then I see a lot of good too. So it's like, okay, so maybe sometime he do use his hands. Us cornerbacks, we do that sometimes. You feel me? But this guy did it a lot, and I ain't never seen it called on him so much until yesterday. He committed 2 penalties. DJ Reed committed 2 penalties. 2 or 3 penalties. I know it was 5 altogether between those two. And it seemed like at one part of the game, every play seemed like it was a flag. You feel me? And I'm like, damn. And I would think I was in a grocery store at this point, and I'm looking like, damn, they just threw a flag. They threw 1 flag, all right. 2 flags. I'm like, man, let me look. And here comes another one. I'm like, oh my gosh. And Justin Jefferson, all you see is hands is being thrown up. You seeing Sauce Gardner doing this. It's like, damn. At this point, run up under him. Have somebody have over the top help. Because you clearly can't guard this man. And then they was running bunch plays to where, he'll probably Justin Jefferson will run a fade, and the defenders was running right into each other and shit. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Sauce Gardner was down for 1 play. I'm like, yeah, he giving these dudes trouble. Like, he really exposing these dudes. Like, maybe he's not making the most of the play, but he's really showing that nigga Sauce Gardner can't guard me. All he doing is holding me. And then even with Jordan Addison, Sauce was on Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison hit this nigga with a double route and lost him. Luckily, Sam Darnold couldn't get the ball to him because that nigga hit him with the coldest, drag out and left Sauce in his sauce, nigga, because he was lost in it. And I'm like, damn, he lucky Darnold couldn't get that fucking pass off because that was a hell of a route. But yeah, Sam Darnold didn't have the best of game neither. 14 to 31 for 179, no touchdowns, a pick. He was sacked 4 times. Not much of a run game for Minnesota neither. Aaron Jones went out in the second quarter. We all had, I know a lot of us took prop bets on Aaron Jones, and we all got rebooted because that nigga got hurt in the second quarter with a hip injury, and then never came back. He had 7 carries for 29 yards. Ty Chandler had 14 carries for 30 yards. Just a real sloppy game yesterday, I guess. And it was raining there too. I get it. Weather's bad, especially on the slippery ass turf. You really can't get your footing like that, and then you got defenders running at you full speed. I get it. Justin Jefferson, 6 for 92, no tubs. Jordan Addison, 3 for 36. And Johnny Munn, 2 for 31. Minnesota go on to win. They go to 5-0. Jets go down to 2-3 in that AFC East. It's gonna be tough. Don't look like the Jets gonna be that playoff team, and then if they not that playoff team, it look like this might be it for Aaron Rodgers, man. This may be it for Aaron. Shout out to everybody who just getting in here. Let's talk about Cincinnati and the Baltimore Ravens, y'all. Hands down, to me, the best game so far this season. Baltimore winning in OT, 41-38 in Cincinnati. Game went all the way down to the wire. I thought the Ravens was gonna lose it. You know, with Lamar Jackson losing the snap. You know, because he did it in regulation too. He tends to still look upfield while, scrambling for the ball. Hold on, talk about what you say? I always say, stop it, HOV. Y'all barely beat the Browns. Meanwhile, we destroyed the Steelers. Y'all barely beat the Steelers while we destroyed the Browns. Our starters didn't play in the fourth quarter, bro. We was up by 28 in the fourth quarter. Y'all never been up by that much this season. Stop it. Anyways, Lamar tends to still look up the field while he's scrambling for the ball. So this, he did that in regulation. He ended up getting the ball, scrambling to his right and finding Isaiah Likely in the end zone. Then I guess he tried to do that same thing again. Didn't work this time. The lineman accidentally kicked the ball back out of Lamar control. Went backfield. The Bengals fall on it. Ran a couple plays. Try to get McPherson to kick a game-winning field goal. He misses. Shanked it. Like, damn. It was a bad snap, though. It wasn't his fault. It was a bad snap. But that gave Baltimore new life. They went to overtime. Baltimore got the ball in overtime. Well, no. Bengals got the ball. Threw that pick to Marlon Humphrey. A lot of people say it was Jamar Chase, lack of effort, trying to, go for the ball or defend the pass. But Marlon Humphrey took that mug from him. Yeah, he got the ball back in OT, but that's what make them go into OT though, is that pick. Because they were supposed to go up. McPherson missed it. Baltimore got it. Lamar lost the ball. Bengals got it back. The pick happened. And then went into OT. They gave the ball to Derrick Henry. I don't know why every time I say Derrick Henry, I want to say Travis Henry. Do y'all remember Travis Henry? I wonder what that dude at. I remember he had like 9 kids or some shit like that. Henry, and he went for 51 yards. Oh, McPherson missed an OT. There we go. He missed an OT. Then that's when they gave it to Derrick Henry. ran for 51 yards. I thought he was gonna take that motherfucker uh all the way in. You feel me? It felt like he couldn't be stopped. That's they go to right there, man. I don't see too much of the receivers get involved. Even though I think Rashad Bateman had a good game yesterday. Not too much for Zay Flowers. Isaiah Likely had a game. It's just like they inconsistent with they receiver play. But they got them somebody in the backfield. They got one of them ones, man. And I feel like come the later part of the season where it's going to be bad weather conditions and you're not going to be throwing as much, we probably going to be seeing 20 to 30 attempts minimal. That's where they're going to go. And that's where you know, they're going to win their games. Later on in the year, that's where they're going to make their playoff runs. That's where literally where they can beat everybody at. That's going to be the difference between them and the Chiefs, them and Cincinnati. If Cincinnati make it that far, Buffalo's pretty good running this year, but they need to use that for their advantage, man. So if I'm them, I really like Isaiah Likely. You know, Mark Andrews is cool, but you got that one athletic tight end, man, that can run, that can jump, that can get open. Seem like Mark Andrews' time is ending too, slowly but surely, and they need to insert Isaiah Likely more because I feel like he gives them more of a chance to stretch the field and make shit better for the run game for Derrick Henry and for Lamar Jackson. But let's get into the stats for this game, man. Joe Burrow was lights out yesterday too, man. Let's not forget that. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Man, them boys was lights out yesterday. What's the one receiver? I can't pronounce his name. It's dude with the pretty hair. He like from Japan or some shit like that. Number 80. I like him too. He made a nice catch yesterday with the defender all over him, and you know, was able to get the ball in his feet in while being at the sideline. Man, I'm like, damn, that was a good catch. You couldn't even defend it no better than that. Smoking Joe was 30 of 39, 392, 10 yards of pass, 5 touchdowns. That one lonely pick, man, that ended the game for him. 3 sacks, and he was sacked for 21 yards. He had a rating of 137. Jamar, 10 receptions for 193, 19.3 yards a catch, 2 touchdowns. His longest score was 70 yards. He did that on 12 targets, so he was 10 out of 12. T. Higgins, 9 of 83, 9 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns, 14 targets. And then the one catch that I was talking about, that was for 39 yards, which was a good catch. Mike Gesicki had 2 catches for 31. And man, y'all see when on that scramble, when after Lamar fumbled the snap and he scrambled, you see how many times he had to push Sam Hubbard off of him? I mean, he was on his ass, pause. But it's like something about these faster, skinny quarterbacks can push these dudes off and not get sacked, because Jaden Daniels did that shit a few times yesterday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stiff arm his way out of a sack. And I'm like, dude, how y'all not grabbing these little niggas up? But it's crazy how they able to run and still stiff arm you and still look downfield and make a play, which is incredible to me. Lamar, 40 attempted the pass 42 times. He was 26 out of 42 for 348. 3.5 yards per pass, 4 touchdowns. He was only sacked 1 time for 3 yards. Rating was 119.9. Derrick Henry, 15 carries, 92 yards, 6 yards a carry. His longest run came in overtime at 51 yarder. Lamar was 12 carries, 55 yards, 4.5 yards per rush. Zay Flowers, 7 catches for 111, 15.6. I mean 15.9 yards. So it was damn near 16 yards per catch for Zay Flowers yesterday. He finally had a game. I ain't seen Zay Flowers have a game like this yet this season. Rashad Bateman was 4 out of 58 and a touchdown. Charlie Couillard, 3 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Likely didn't have many yards, but he had 2 important touchdowns, 3 catches, 13 yards, 2 touchdowns. Said in a crazy league, Lamar had 100 points by himself. Hey, man, Lamar did his shit yesterday. No fantasy owners is happy. No turnovers, except for that fumble. Roquan Smith had 15 tackles yesterday. Okay, I see Trenton Simpson, 6 tackles, 1 for a loss, 1 pass breakup, 2 QB hits. Okay, I was wondering what Trent Simpson was doing this year. But yeah, man, Baltimore Ravens, man, get the W. They go on to 3-2, while the Bengals fall to 4-1. Man, this might be it for the Bengals, man. They still got to play Pittsburgh. They still got to play the Browns, which I know y'all might say, Pittsburgh, the Browns, they in the same division, man. They have, similarities. They gonna play the same games because y'all in the same division. Y'all play each other tough. Y'all know each other good. So we might see the best Cleveland Browns against the Cincinnati Bengals. You might see the best Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati so far, that's just 0-1 in the division. So if they can win the rest of their division games, if they can sweep the Browns, if they can sweep Pittsburgh, if they can split with the Ravens, I feel like they can be fine as far as making the playoff push. Because let me look at their schedule. I'm not sure how tough their schedule is. It's gonna be pretty tough though. Oh, so now they got the New York Giants this week. I'm not looking past that. I'm not saying that's a dub for them because the New York Giants shocked the world yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Winning that game against, to me, I feel like a better opponent than Seattle Seahawks. The week after that, they have the Browns and Cleveland. That's the one to look out for. After that, they play the Eagles. Then they play the Raiders. That might be a dub right there. Sorry, Raider fans, but not sorry. Y'all stink. Then they play the Ravens again. Then they play the Steelers. Then they play the Cowboys. Then they play the Titans. Then they play the Browns. Then they play the Broncos. Then they play the Steelers. This is a crazy schedule. This is not an easy schedule by far. This is not an easy schedule, y'all. They might fuck around and not make the playoffs this year. Yes, sir, man. We deserve it, man. You know, it's been a hard 25 years being a fan, man. It's been hard. These niggas ain't never won shit. We ain't even won more than 10 games since I've been a fan. Which is crazy, right? We ain't won more than 10 games. Last time we started off this good was 2008. 2008. And I want to say, did we even make I don't even think we made the playoffs after that. I think we started off like 6-1 or 6-1 or something like that. And after that, it was a shit show after that. Uh, this was after Sean Taylor passing too. This was Jim Zorn era. This was after Joe Gibbs 2.0. Jacksonville and Indianapolis. I didn't really get a chance to watch this. I just was watching, the game break. Uh, every time they show a touchdown or something. But Joe Flacco though, man. Joe Flacco, even seen him running. I seen him running for like 20 yards. I'm like, all right, old man Flacco. Uh, Joe Flacco, 33 or 44, 359 yards, 8 yards per pass, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 4 times. Oh man. What's his name? Adonai Mitchell even threw a pass for 24 yards. They running wasn't that good. Trey Sermon had 10 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor didn't play yesterday. Man, Alec Pierce, man, he's so underrated. That dude's so underrated, man. Every time I do look up and watch anything Colts, he's catching a deep bomb. You know what I'm saying? Either for a touchdown or to get them in a position to score. This dude been awesome this year for what they got over there. Alec Pierce had 3 catches for 134 yards, 44.7 yards per pass, man, per catch, and a touchdown. 65 yards was the longest. He only had three targets yesterday. So every pass that was thrown to him, he caught yesterday. Josh Downs, 9 catches, 69 yards off of 12 targets. Adonai Mitchell, 4 catches, 38 yards. Mo Alley Cox had 2 catches for 37 yards. And Michael Pittman Jr. had 5 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown. And he was spreading that rock 44 times. He had a lot of receivers. Let me see. He had 9 different receivers yesterday. It's crazy how Flacco still got it, man. Y'all remember what he did for the Browns last year? Got them all the way to the playoffs last year. Got Kevin Stefanski Coach of the Year last year. Even though I think it should have went to the Houston Texans coach, DeMeco Ryans, but oh man, Flacco still putting it up. Trevor Lance finally looked good yesterday, man. Or looked solid, I should say. Because his weak ass made me cut him off my fantasy team. Trevor Lawrence went from 28 to 34, 371, 10.9 per pass, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, no sacks. Tank Bigsby. Let's talk about Tank Bigsby, man. 13 carries for 101, 2 touchdowns. He looked superb. Tank Bigsby got Jacksonville in trade talks about trading Travis Etienne somewhere. I read, I want to say a couple days ago, that Travis Etienne is now a trade target. I'm like, wow. Travis Etienne only has 6 carries for 17 yards. See, this is why. This is the type of production that he's picking up. You feel me? Even though he's a dual threat, he can run and catch out the backfield. But your main thing is when I give you this ball, when I hand it to you, you run that motherfucker. And if you only getting 17 yards, that's 2.8 yards a carry. Dog, we stand behind the chains with that. Tank Bigsby's averaging 7.8. That's a first down every time you handed it to him. Damn near. Every two handoffs is a first down. That make it easier for the passing game. I hand it off to you. You getting 7 a pop. Now they finna put 8 in the box. And once you put 8 in the box, right over top, easy. Or right across the middle, deep middle, post. It's easy, man. That runs make it easy for the passing game, y'all. Brian Thomas Jr. had a game yesterday. 5 catches for 122. 24.4 yards per catch, a touchdown. His longest reception was 85-yard touchdown. I want to say he ran as fast as 22 miles per hour. 5 catches on 8 targets. Christian Kirk, 4 catches, 88 yards, 22 yards per catch. He only had 4 targets. He caught all 4. Travis Etienne has 6 catches for 43 yards. Jacksonville go to win. Jacksonville goes to 1-4. And Indianapolis fall to 2-3. We all know Houston is winning that division. It's not even close. Who else they got in that division is the Titans. Don't think the Titans will do anything. I think Texas run away with that division. I don't think they will have more than one team go to the playoffs in that division. Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Tyler Huntley managed the game yesterday. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all smash that like. Tyler Huntley was 18 of 31 for 194. No touchdowns, 1 pick. He was sacked 3 times, rating of 63.1. The run game was there yesterday. Raheem Mostert is back. 19 carries, 80 yards, 4 yards per carry. Jalen Wright, 13 carries for 86 yards, 6.6 yards per carry. Devin A-Chain only had 3 carries. These dudes got a lot of running backs, man. A lot of running backs. I know A-Chain was that dude last year, was that backup, but then these dudes drafted another running back, and then they still got Jeff Wilson, right? Y'all let me know. I think they still got Jeff Wilson on the roster too. Tyreek had 6 catches for 69 yards. Jonnu Smith had 5 catches for 62 yards. Waddle 4 catches for 46 yards. No touchdowns by none of these guys. Y'all heard Big Crip Walk? Go ahead and like this video. Patriots, man. Jacoby Brissett was 18 of 34 for 160. No touchdowns, no picks, 2 sacks. I mean, I don't know what y'all think y'all going to get out of Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett always been that bridge quarterback that's played on a lot of teams. That's a good game manager. Just never going to beat you. All he's going to do is not lose the game for you. He's not going to beat anybody. I see that they saying that, yeah, he is a nice backup. He was with Washington last year. We brought him in a couple times. He brought us back when we was down bad. You know, he came in, threw a few touchdowns. But if he start the game, he's not going to beat you. You feel me? These guys, they got to start off. They got to start off pretty fast because, for one, your offense is not elite like that. You feel me? Your offense is not elite. Your offense is not even average. So you gotta get a quick jump on teams because you got a guy like Brissett. Brissett is not a dude who's gonna beat you downfield. He's a check down Charlie type. Occasionally he'll use his legs, but he's not gonna give you anything. Everything is right before the chains. So with you playing like that, you're not producing much. You're not producing much. You're not really even helping the defense at all. Your defense is good, but you're not helping them. They probably was on the field a lot more than the offense was. Ramondre Stevenson, man, it came out. I posted it on the story. You know, I'll be giving y'all the news on my IG page. It came down that he lost his starting job to Antonio Gibson, and shit. Yesterday it looked like he was like, "Fuck that! I need my job back. Fuck this nigga." Uh, Ramondre Stevenson had 12 carries for 89 yards, 7.4 yards a carry and a touchdown. Longest run was 33 yards. That was for a touchdown. Antonio Gibson looked solid. 6 carries yesterday, 52 yards, 8.7. Demario Douglas has 6 catches for 59 yards, and that's it. Kayshawn Boutte had 2 catches for 34 yards, and Hunter Henry had 2 catches for 32 yards. Everybody else had 1 catch. Ramondre Stevenson had 4 catches for 3 yards. How? Because they're not going to beat you going forward. They're going to be checking down. He's checking down. It's right here. It's proven in the stats. Demario Douglas is his favorite target. Jalen Pope is a rookie. You got Austin Hooper. What's up with Kendrick Bourne? They need another receiver, man. They need another receiver bad. If I'm New England, I'm drafting me not 1 receiver, but I'm drafting me 2 receivers within the first 2 days of the draft, because y'all gotta produce much. I mean, you know, they known for not having or drafting first round talent as far as wide receivers. You know, they kind of built wide receivers there in the later rounds in New England, but that ain't the case no more. Tom Brady ain't in this motherfucker no more. You know, Belichick ain't here no more. Y'all need some talent. Y'all need some athletes. Y'all need some studs. This shit ain't gonna do it. This Patriot way shit is not gonna do it. Excuse me, y'all. My youngest kid is here, so I gotta tell the daycare lady I'll bring her after I stream. Oh, y'all, I'm one of the finalists to win some more chili. Hey, y'all know I do the picks every week. So I'm in a running for second place. This nigga Python P, man, if you in the chat, man, that's you. That's IO in the let me find out that's you. That's IO in the fucking chat, Python P. Next game. Oh man, did I make my prize picks? Man, prize picks with my feet this week. I ain't win shit on prize picks, but I did win on chalkboard. If y'all follow my boy Pick 6 Props, y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Build a rapport with my boy. He always posting up pics on his story. Go ahead, win that chili. Let him send you the code. Hit him up. Tell him HOV sent you. Hit him up. It's called chalkboard. Let me go to it so y'all can see. Chalkboard. Know what I'm saying? This is how it look. Put a couple entries in yesterday. Know what I'm saying? Travis Etienne, sorry ass, didn't show up for me yesterday. Kyron Williams ass fumbled yesterday. I picked for him not to fumble. He fumbled. Everybody else hit except for him. But then I hit on this one. You feel me? I hit on this one. Y'all can see Chase Brown, Austin Eckler, Jaden Daniels, Antonio Gibson, and Dak Prescott. So, chalkboard, man. That's another one. Go to chalkboard. I did chalkboard. Let me see. Yesterday I did three. One, two. I did three slips on chalkboard yesterday. I did three on chalkboard. I did one, two, three, four, five, six on prize picks. Six on prize picks. Four of them, five of them, didn't give me shit but a couple dollars back. I got one still going. I need Alvin Kamara to come through. I'll just win my money back on that one. But yeah, I got another one for y'all too. So I got Patrick Mahomes less 18.5 fantasy score. So y'all lock that in. Patrick Mahomes less than 18.5 fantasy. Chris Olave. This is a first quarter, y'all. This is Patrick Mahomes is full game. Chris Olave is first quarter. I got him going over 7.5 receiving yards in the first quarter. Travis Kelce, same thing, 8.5 first quarter. And that's it for the first quarter. But this is a 6 pick I'm putting together, y'all. Xavier Worthy. You know, they don't have no Rashee Rice. So they ain't got no Pacheco. They're going to have to use gadget plays for this guy, Xavier Worthy. So I got him going more than 2.5 rushing yards. So you need 3 rushing yards, y'all. So that's Xavier Worthy. Alvin Kamara. This is a goblin. You know, go to his name. Go to receiving yards. Type in Alvin Kamara name. You should see like a little goblin or a demon flashing. Tap on there. It should give you 24.5 receiving yards. Go ahead, lock that in. Same thing for Rashid Shaheed. 24.5 receiving yards. It should go over. So this is what I got locked in, y'all. Y'all go ahead, lock that in. Good luck to y'all. So I did 3 on chalkboard. I did 6 on prize picks. Lost, and then I did, how many slips I do on underdog? Underdog, I want to say I did it like another 3. Yeah, I lost. Let me shoot, man. I lost $15, but I won 14. I won $25 on these slips. So all right, let's get back into these stats and these scores, man. Now we talking about the good guys. You feel me? My Commanders. So look, going into this game, right? I want to say, was we favorites in this game? Yeah, we were 3.5 point favorites in this game. Finally, they picked us to be favorites. We was the underdogs every game this season going into this game. So we was 3.5 point favorites. But people were still doubting us. People were still doubting us, even though our offense is one of the best offense in the league right now. They was like, yeah, but they about to play a tough defense in Cleveland, which Cleveland got 3 good cornerbacks. They got 2 solid safeties. They got one of the best pass rushers in the league in Myles Garrett. And then you got Zadarius Smith on the other side. The only thing they was hurting was in the middle. They D tackles. They was hurting that D tackle. But all in all, we came in and we handled business the way we were supposed to. That stadium was rocking at Northwest Stadium. Oh man, the fans are back. The fans is behind the team. The fans is supporting. It's lit. It's lit, baby. Jaden Daniels was 14 to 25, 238, 9.5 yards per pass, one touchdown, one interception, which I felt like it wasn't an interception. I felt like he dropped that mug, dog. But that's either here or there. He was sacked 3 times for 17 yards. Rating was 85.1. He ended up not playing the fourth quarter. We brought in Marcus Mariota. Jaden Daniels ran 11 times for 82 yards. Austin Eckler ran 6 times for 67 yards. Jeremy McNichols ran 7 times for 44 yards and a touchdown. Brian Robinson, he was battling some knee soreness, so he didn't play the full game. He ran the ball 7 times for 18 yards, 2 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin had 4 catches for 112 yards, 28 yards per catch on 8 targets. De'Ami Brown had 2 catches, 57 yards, and a 41-yard touchdown. And Austin Eckler had 2 catches for 30 yards. Now let's talk about the ops, the sorry-ass Browns. Sorry-ass Deshaun Diddy Watson. Sorry-ass I need a massage. Can you massage me right here? My gosh, man, this dude. So last time I seen him play a good game, it was against us. They put us out of playoff contention the year before last. This was his first game back from his suspension. And, not his first game back. It was his full game back. His full start. And that nigga carved us up. So I'm like, man, I can't wait to play this nigga again because this nigga looked good against us, but playing sorry against everybody else. And yesterday, our defense showed the fuck up. That's 2 weeks in a row. Defense just showed up. Granted, these niggas' offense ain't that good. But who offense is good? When they offense play against the Commanders' defense, they always carve up the Commanders. So give us our props. Yesterday we caused turnovers. Yesterday we had 7 sacks. We did our shit yesterday. Yeah, he did quit on his team yesterday. He was 15 to 28 for only 125 yards. 4 yards per pass. 1 touchdown, which was in garbage time. Wasn't no starters in there. Sacked 7 times for 33 yards. His QBR was 8.5, y'all. That's terrible. That's fucking terrible. Jerome Ford, 9 carries for 47 yards. Deontay Foreman, 9 carries, 44 yards. Watson ran the ball 3 times for 14 yards. Amari Cooper, 4 catches, 60 yards. Jordan Askins, 3 catches, 22 yards and a touchdown. That came in garbage time. I didn't even know these dudes had Devin Bush. Devin Bush was out there making plays. But yeah, man, Deshaun Watson. And then, the coach came out and said that they're not switching quarterbacks. It's like, why not? This dude is playing trash. You might as well put Jameis in there and see what you can get out of him. Because you can talk all about you want about Jameis in that 30-30 year. But that's 30 touchdowns. And he threw for like 5,000 yards. That dude was slinging that rock, Paul. But let him play and see what you can get, man. Let him play. I know they got Nick Chubb coming back. He either should be back this week or maybe next week. That should give your offense a push. But to me, it's just like Deshaun is not getting it. He regressed so badly from when he was in Houston. This is not even the same player that we used to talk about. MVP candidate, The dude who carved up Alabama in the national championship. This is not the same guy. Different guy, man. The Texans and the Buffalo Bills yesterday. Everybody saying that the Bills handed the Texans that game. If you ask me, Texans took that game. You feel me? You only can do what the offense is given to you. You feel me? And the offense wasn't giving shit to Buffalo yesterday when they was on that in their own territory. Josh Allen had a terrible game yesterday. Tiny, he probably be back. He was supposed to come back this week. I think he'll be back. He was supposed to come back. Well, they opened up his practice window last week, so he could have played against the Commanders if they would have let him. But they sat him out and probably bring him back either this game or the next game. Josh Allen, 9 out of 30, 131 yards, 4 yards per pass, 1 touchdown, sacked 1 time. His QBR was 55.3, which is pretty bad. He ran the ball 4 times for 54 yards. James Cook had 20 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Keon Coleman, we finally got a Keon Coleman sighting. 1 catch, 49 yards, and a touchdown. My boy had 5 targets, only had 1 catch. Dalton Kincaid had 2 catches. Mac Hollins and James Cook. This was a terrible display of offense for Buffalo yesterday. C.J. Stroud was 28 out of 38 for 331. 1 touchdown, 1 long bomb to Nico Collins before Nico Collins left the game. 1 pick, 1 sack. QBR was 78.3. Rating 97.6. How you say old boy name? Ogunwaye had 15 carries for 30 yards, 2 yards per carry. Run game was trash yesterday. Cam Akers had 9 carries for 42 yards, 4.7 yards per carry and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs in his revenge game, 6 catches for 82 yards. Nico Collins had 2 catches, 78 yards, a touchdown, which was 76 yards. Tank Dell, 4 catches, 38 yards. Owumbage, 6 catches for 57 yards. Dalton Schultz, 4 catches, 34 yards. C.J. Stroud also lost a fumble, too, so he had 2 turnovers yesterday. Texans go to 4-1. Buffalo Bills fall to 3-2. Let's talk about the number 1 overall pick yesterday. Finally having himself a game. Granted, they played against the Carolina Panthers, but the Carolina Panthers been playing competitive football since they moved on from Bryce Young, which they end up putting Bryce Young back in the game yesterday. Andy Dalton had 18 completions out of 28 attempts, 136 yards, 5 yards per pass, no touchdowns, 1 pick, sacked 3 times, QBR 37.2. They benched him, put in Bryce Young, or did he get hurt? I want to say I seen him get hurt. And then they brought him out, put Bryce Young in. Bryce Young threw 7 times, completed 4 for 58 yards. He was sacked 1 time. Chuba Hubbard acting like he don't want to give up his starting spot to Jonathan Brooks. I've been hearing Jonathan Brooks, when he come back, he's going to take over that number 1 spot. Chuba Hubbard like, shit, over my dead body. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'll get it in a minute, okay? Chuba Hubbard had 13 carries for 97 yards and a touchdown. 9.7 yards per carry, y'all. Hold on real quick. I got something delivered at the door. Let's see what we got here, y'all. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this off. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the newest going into the collection. You know, my boy B Rob had to crop that black one. You know, I already got a white Jaden, so I didn't want to get the black Jaden. See what we got here, y'all. Oh, that's for little mama, man. JC. That's my stuff that I bought for her. Her shoes and shit. I'm thinking it's my commander shit to go up in here. Back to what I was talking about. Chuba Hubbard, man. Chuba Hubbard been looking like he want that #1 running back spot over there. Jalen Coker, I never heard of this guy until yesterday, man. He had 4 catches, 68 yards, 17 yards per catch. Jonathan Mingo had 2 catches for 37, and then Miles Sanders had 2 catches for 27. Deontay Smith can't really get going there. Jatavion Sanders can't get going. Xavier Legette couldn't get going. It's like, man, it was really a struggle yesterday watching this game. You feel me? This shit was so one-sided, but it was good seeing Caleb go off. It was good seeing DeAndre Swift go off, DJ Moore. Caleb was 20 out of 29. He threw for 300, 10 and a half yards per pass, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He was sacked 1 time. QBR 83.8, and his QB rating was 126.2. DeAndre Swift had 21 carries for 73 yards. Rashawn Johnson had, and a touchdown. Rashawn Johnson had 10 carries, 25 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Caleb ran the ball 5 times for 34 yards. DJ, 5 catches, 105 yards, 21 yards per catch, 2 touchdowns. Cole Kmet had 3 catches for 57 yards. Roma Dunze had 5 catches for 40 yards. Keenan Allen, 3 catches for 33 yards. I think Keenan Allen, I won't say he don't fit. I just think Keenan Allen probably can't get much separation nowadays. You know, he kind of getting up there as far as age. But Chicago Bears moved to 3-2, and the Carolina Panthers fall to 1-4. Broncos beating the Raiders 34-18. We ain't gonna spend too much time on this because that game was terrible. But Bo Nix went crazy. He I won't say went crazy. He did good yesterday. 19 of 27, 206 yards passing. That's more than he had been having. 7.6 yards per pass, 2 catches, no interceptions. He was sacked 3 times. Javonte Williams had 13 carries for 61 yards. And then he had 5 catches for 50 yards. So it was all Javonte Williams yesterday. He was the workhorse yesterday. LaJordan Humphrey had 2 catches for 58 yards. Cortland Sutton only had 2 catches for 32 yards. Then also Pat Surtain had the 100-yard pick for a touchdown. Gardner Minshew was 12 of 17 for 137. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked twice. Aiden O'Connell came in. He was 10 of 20 for 94 yards and threw a pick and was sacked. Amir Abdullah was had 5 carries for 42 yards. Alexander Madison had 15 carries for 38 yards. It's like their offensive line didn't get no push. Brock Bowers set this game off with the first touchdown. He had 8 catches for 97 yards and 1 touchdown. Jacoby Myers, 6 catches for 72 yards. Brock Bowers seemed like the only tight end every week that's going off. As far as fantasy-wise, he's the only tight end that's going off every week. The game that pissed me off, man, 49er fans, man. Be talking all that shit and y'all lose to the Cardinals, man. Y'all had the whole game. The whole game y'all was up. Losing to Kyler Murray and them, man. That little midget took off on y'all. 19-30. He threw for 195. One touchdown pass. One interception. He was sacked one time. He ran the ball 7 times for 83 yards and a touchdown. James Conner ran 19 times for 86 yards. Michael Wilson, 5 catches for 78 yards. Trey McBride, 6 catches for 53 yards. Elijah Higgins was the only one who scored. 1 catch for 2 yards. Marvin Harrison Jr., 2 catches for 36 yards on 2 targets. Oh, 49ers. Brock Purdy, 19-35 for 244. 1 touchdown, 2 picks, sacked twice. Jordan Mason had 14 carries, 89 yards. Brandon Ayuk finally had a solid game yesterday. Brandon Ayuk was looking like Brandon Ayuk. 8 catches for 147, 18.4 yards a catch, no touchdowns. George Kittle had 8 catches, 64 yards and a touchdown. Debo only had 1 catch for 11 yards. He carried the ball 3 times for 9 yards. Debo was obsolete. Nick Bosa had a pick. And then also, what's the name? Had a what's his name? Diamador Lenore had a field goal return or punt return, block returned for a touchdown. 49ers didn't look impressive at all yesterday. 49ers fall to 2-3. Wow, we talking about the NFC champions last year, who was in the Super Bowl. The 49ers, bang, bang, that's all you hear. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Niner gang. That shit get on my nerves so bad. Yeah, they fall to 2-3. Now, Arizona is 2-3. They both is in the same division. Arizona will be ahead of the 49ers because they go 1-0 in the division. You got the Packers beating the Rams 24-19. Giants beating the Seahawks 29-20. Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. Rain delay. This game didn't get started till real late. Real late. I fell asleep a few times watching this shit because it was late. You know, I was at work all day yesterday. But yeah, this was a tough, hard-fought game. Cowboys came out with the dub. Dak Prescott, you know, with the game-winning touchdown pass to Jalen Tolbert. After having, it was a terrible game. After having, he was struggling, y'all. Y'all can sit up here, Cowboy fans, and be happy. Y'all know that boy was struggling. That interception to CeeDee Lamb, thrown into what's my boy name? Dante Jackson. CD said something to him on the sideline and never seen the ball again after that. It was all Jalen Tolbert and Jake Ferguson. Dak was 29-42 for 352. 8.5 yards per pass, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked twice, lost the fumble. Rico Dotto, 20 carries for 87 yards. He finally got going. Zeke, 6 catches for 17 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Jalen Tolbert, 7 catches for 87 yards, 1 touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 6 catches, 70 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 5 catches, 62 yards. Cavante Turpin, 4 catches, 50 yards. Rico Dotto caught a pass, 2 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown. So let's talk about this one. I'll get into that after I read off the Steelers stats. Justin Fields, 15 of 27, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, sacked 3 times. His leading receiver was Najee Harris, 2 catches, 35 yards. Najee Harris also had 14 carries, 42 yards. Van Joseph, 3 catches, 26 yards. George Pickens, 3 catches, 26 yards. Connor Haywood, 2 catches, 23 yards and a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, 3 catches, 22 yards and a touchdown. Nobody with over 40 yards receiving. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is Steeler football right here. Because Steeler football going to do whatever they need to do to not lose the game and play defense. You feel me? They'll dink and dunk. They'll run the ball. They'll settle for field goals. They will beat you 13, 16, 17 points to 10, 13, 15 points. That's the type of team the Steelers is. This right here is not impressive. Dak Prescott had a lot of air yards, but we seen those turnovers and we seen this win. This is another close game that y'all won. For all the Cowboy fans talking shit, I see the comments. Tiny's talking about, I can't wait to play y'all, nigga. You can wait, because you ain't ready to play us right now. We too hot for y'all right now. You play us when y'all play us, because y'all don't want no smoke right now. This is terrible. Y'all just beat the Giants 20-15. Now y'all win 20-17 against 2 teams that's not even good. Last year y'all was whooping feet against the Giants. The Giants couldn't score the first 2 times they played y'all. They couldn't even score. They might even beat y'all the next time they play. Like I've been saying, they not impressive right now. Granted, they got a lot of injuries. I know. They got no Deron Bland. They got no Parsons. They got no Brandon Cooks. They got no Lawrence. Next man up, man. Next man up. I'm not scared of the Cowboys this year. Sorry. My team looking all right. Defense coming along. It's looking like they missed the hell out of Dan Quinn. Because remember how many turnovers they was committing early last season? We not seeing them same turnovers now. But that's it as far as the scores, stats and scores. Let's get into some of these, these stories. King Derrick Henry reached another milestone yesterday. He reached 100 career touchdowns and 10,000 rush yards. Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. One hell of a career for my boy. Derrick Henry was a force from the day he stepped on the NFL turf in 2016. This nigga ain't even played 10 years yet, y'all. He was also called washed last year, but found his home and his groove in Baltimore this year. Congrats to King Henry. Keep on rushing. This nigga got 10,000 rushing yards and 100 touchdowns in 8 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. And they called him washed? Ha. Good try. Adam Schefter report. Based off of head coach Jerry Mayo's tone and answer at today's press conference, As well as other sources, a QB change can be soon to come to New England. The rookie first-round pick Drake May potentially starting Sunday versus the Texans. Ooh, that's the wrong game to start that boy. With that defense, that's the wrong game to start him. If you got a game plan for him to where you can keep him away from what's my guy name? Will Anderson, Derek Stingley. What's my boy name? Aziz Al-Shir. Some dogs over there on that defense, man. Jordan Lewis of the Cowboys said Pittsburgh need a new wide receiver. George Pickens is weak. I think so. I don't think he's weak. I just think they need another receiver for sure because George Pickens, I mean, you can double him and get him out the game. Double him, get him out the game, eliminate him. Who else going to beat you? They got rid of Deontay Johnson. Fucking Juju Smith-Schuster not coming back walking through them doors, and neither is Antonio Brown. So, I mean, you can look at Pickens all you want to, but if that nigga ain't open by the time you ready to throw, while you got these goddamn dudes rushing at you, then it's either you run it or you try to throw it, find somebody else, make another read. But I get it. I mean, he had the black, was eye black on, saying always fucking open. And that wasn't the case yesterday. Bills quarterback Josh Allen recorded the lowest completion percentage in a single game in over 30 years for a quarterback with 30-plus attempts. Yeah, that was pretty fucking bad. That was pretty bad. And look, quarterbacks like Josh Allen having bad games like this against the Texans, and you want to start a rookie, Drake May, against the same defense? Ha! Good luck. You're going to need it. All three starting rookie quarterbacks owning winning records. Jaden Daniels 4-1. Caleb Williams 3-2. Bo Nix 3-2. This rookie class getting off to a good start. Today is Victory Monday. Today is Victory Monday. So if your team won, if you're a Broncos fan, Jaguars, Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans, Miami Dolphin, Atlanta Falcon, I'm about to say Arizona Cardinal. Oh, I'm in St. Louis Cardinal. Arizona Cardinal, Chicago Bear, Dallas Cowboy, Green Bay Packer, Minnesota Viking, and last but not least, the Washington Commanders. Salute. It's a celebration, bitches. Grab a shot, grab a glass. After that, it's belt the ass. And I got my belt, y'all. Got my belt. No, this is a different one. Screwston G. All right, so writer Jordan Schultz reports, since 1970, no team with a rookie quarterback has scored 150 points, 150 or more points in their first 5 games, until the Commanders just did it. What Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, Jaden Daniels and company have done has been historical. More history. That's not it. There's more. No player in NFL history has ever had 1,000 plus yards passing and 250 plus rushing yards in their first 5 career games until Jaden Daniels. You're witnessing a superstar. Ha. Washington is 4-1 for the first time since 2008. This is the first time Washington has won back-to-back games by 20 or more since 1997. Washington has won the last 2 games by a combined point of 49. Yes, that's real. That's a real sentence. Enjoy. Ah! Commanders last 3 weeks: 38 points, 42 points, 34 points. Jaden Daniels is unstoppable. Bam, that was reported by John Kahn. Oh, Ohio Ties just became a member. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all need to follow suit. What up, HOV? Do you think are more realistic to end the season records for the NFC East teams? Remember, I always said that we was gonna win 7 games this season. I gave us 7 games. We already halfway there. And we even got to the I don't want to say easy games, but the easier opponents. You feel me? We wasn't favored to beat Arizona, Cincinnati, or New York. You feel me? We wasn't favored. So what we doing is the games that people had us losing and the games that I had us losing, we winning them. You feel me? So we being overly competitive. I think we got a shot at beating the Ravens. I mean, look how we played Cincinnati. Look how Cincinnati played the Ravens. Had it not been for that Joe Burrow interception or that missed field goal, Ravens could have lost. Why not us? Not saying that we gonna beat the Ravens, but we can make it again. We damn sure ain't about to be no 8-point underdogs like they had us against Cincinnati. So we still play teams like Chicago. We still play Carolina. We play the Steelers. We play who else do we play? We play the Giants again. We play the Eagles. We play the Cowboys. You know, these is our divisions. I don't think we're not going 0-6 this year in the division like we've been doing. We're not going 0-6. So I can see us winning 10, 11 games now. Especially if the defense played the way they played yesterday, flying around, sacking shit, tackling for loss. I can see us winning 10, 11 games this year. With us putting the points up the way we putting up, it's damn sure possible. Why not? So I'm not saying that we're going to go 13-3 and shit like that. What's suitable for us is 10, 11 games. If we can beat each team in the division and we can split the division and we go 3-3, we already 1-0 in the division. So we win 2 more in the division. That's 6 games right there. You feel me? I think we can beat the Steelers. I think we can beat Carolina. That's 8 games. I think we're going to beat Chicago. That's 9 games. So we going to see. We definitely going to see. And this is just, just based off of, scheduling. We still been in the talks of trying to acquire another wide receiver. Either Amari Cooper. We've been in the talks with the Devontae Adams shit, which I don't want Devontae Adams. But ain't no telling what Adam Peters may do. We shall see, though. We shall see. Let's see what else we got. The NFL's most improved offense and defenses. Last year, so we're number 1, y'all. Washington Commanders is number 1. This is from last year to this year. We're number 1. We averaged 19.4 points per game last year. This year we averaged 30.3. Number two is the Atlanta Falcons. They averaged 18.9. This year they averaged 28.8. Number three is the Saints. Last year they averaged 23.6. This year they averaged 31.8. Minnesota Vikings, number four, 20.2. This year they averaged 29. Number five is Arizona Cardinals. 19.4 last year. This year they averaged 24 points per game. Tampa Bay. Last year they averaged 20.5. This year they averaged 31.8. That's a big jump. Oh, 11 points. Now defenses. Number one is the LA Chargers. Last year they gave up 23.4 points per game. This year they only giving up 12.5. That's beast. Denver Broncos. Last year they gave up 24.3. This year they only giving up 13.8. I want to say shit. What was the score yesterday? They gave up to the Raiders. 18. Not bad. Keeping teams under 20 points. Last year, Minnesota Vikings gave up 21.3. This year, only 14.8. Number four is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They gave up 19 this year. This year, they're only giving up giving up 13.3. Chicago Bears gave up 22.3 last year. This year, they're giving up 18.8. Jets gave up 20.9 this year. This year, they're only giving up 15.5. So there it is. There's your NFL most improved offenses and defenses for, from this year to this year so far through week 5. All right, so I just got news that came in. After ignoring interview requests post-game, Steelers wide receiver George Pickens walked through open locker room today and sat in the equipment room for at least 30 minutes where he was visible but not available to be requested for interviews. That boy salty. He got his ass locked up yesterday. Bengal star corner Dax Hill is feared to have suffered a season-ending injury. A torn ACL will be another big loss for Cincinnati. Damn, these little lower leg injuries is not playing with nobody this year. All right, y'all, we got Patriot news too, and this shit kind of disturbing for y'all that's still up in here. They said we got 21 up in here. Y'all listen to this. Some disturbing allegations are being made against Patriots safety Jabril Peppers. He's been accused of hitting his girlfriend and choking her at least 6 times per court documents. This is close quote, I guess, from the girlfriend. My boyfriend put his hands around my neck, smashed my head against the wall, then pushed me down the stairs. Whew. Damn, that's crazy. I think this might be his last straw. If any of this shit true, you already know this is the last that we see of him. Oh, so I just spoke, I forgot I had this. So we just spoke about us making the playoffs, winning 10, 11 games. As of right now, we have a 70% chance to make the playoffs. Ohio ties, which that's high chances. Cleveland Browns, they're going to have to make a decision about Deshaun Watson sooner than later. You're going to either have to move on for him and still have to pay him, You know, when I say move on from him, I mean trade him, cut him, or you can keep him on your team, bench him, and he's still going to eat up this much cap space. Not this year, but next year. 172.7 million in dead cap next year. These dudes ain't gonna have no money to do shit. If I'm them, I'm restructuring that contract, man. I'll probably just have him. I'll probably have him on the team longer, make more years, but that money gotta get cut tremendously. The Browns have fallen to 4-1 after they latest loss, with Deshaun Watson continued to struggle mightily on the field. His poor play combined with the lack of support from a mediocre offensive line is hard to overlook, especially considering his fully guaranteed $230 million contract. This deal is now looking like one of the worst NFL in history. With Watson's dead cap sitting at a staggering 172.77 million. If released in 2025, the Browns face an incredibly tough decision moving forward. What once was a promising team now is spiraling downward, and the rest of the season will test Watson's future with Cleveland. So there it is. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all my top 10 teams of Week 5 before I get out of here. It's a new week, so it's a new top 10. You know, far as order wise, and yeah, we're gonna do that before we get up out of here. So at number one, they still undefeated. They went across the pond. They handle business, and they 5-0. The Minnesota Vikings. As you can see, y'all, they increasing far as points per game from last season, and they decreasing from the points they gave up to the points they giving up this game. So offense is handling business, defense handling business, they handling business. I like standing on business. 5-0. Minnesota Vikings number one. Number two, Kansas City Chiefs. They still 4-0. They play tonight. We'll see how good they are against a middle of the pack team in the Saints. So number two, this is Kansas City Chiefs. Number three, y'all, I'm taking the Houston Texans after that win yesterday against Buffalo. Buffalo was looking pretty good going into that game. I know they lost to Baltimore last year, but I'm not last year, last week. So I'm like, that's Baltimore. That's a pretty even game. But then I had the Texans winning. Because I just like the Texans more. But I'm like, it's going to be a tough game, in which it was. So with the Texans beating Buffalo, I got the Texans at number 3. Number 4. No other than the good guys. The Washington Commanders coming in number 4, baby. 4-1. We gonna get our test this week against the Baltimore Ravens. That's probably the hardest game we gonna have this season, and I'm looking forward to it because this is a measuring stick game to see how really real we are. You feel me? So I'm taking my Commanders at number 4. I'm taking Baltimore Ravens at number 5. Baltimore Ravens just had 2 good games. They handled business Sunday Night Football against Buffalo last week. They just had a shootout yesterday that they won. And I'm taking Baltimore at number 5. At number 6, they had a bye week this week, but they still 3-1. They still looking tough out there. They beat a worthy opponent before they went into their bye week. Monday Night Football, the Detroit Lions is 3-1. I'm taking them at number 6. Buffalo fell down because of they last 2 losses, but Buffalo was still looking good in those. Well, Josh Allen didn't look good. Buffalo as a team looked good yesterday. Uh, they got their feet whooped against the Ravens, but I still got them in there. I think they will bounce back after these two losses. I got them at number 7. At number 8, I got that. You like that? Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, especially after that win against Tampa Bay on Thursday night. I like their secondary. I got Atlanta Falcons at number 8. And I want to say the Falcons got 5 interceptions so far this year and 10 sacks. Sacks is not really their forte, but with Matthew Judon being there, with on that line with Grady Jarrett, they moving some people around and they getting to the quarterback finally. I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta in that South too. Right after that, the team that they beat, because this game was a nail biter, y'all. This was a game to the wire, NFC South business, family business. I got Tampa Bay up in there. Tampa Bay is up in there. And then right after that, I got the team that's playing against the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. The team who put up 40 on Dallas head, put up 47 on Carolina Panthers head. I feel like they had some good division battles, and now they're ready to get back to business. I got the New Orleans Saints at number 10. Number 10, and that will do it. That will close it out. He said, no Cowboys blasphemy. Man, Cowboys ain't been looking impressive. Y'all beat the Browns. We beat the shit out the Browns. Y'all barely beat the Browns. You want to talk about that? Then after that, y'all got y'all feet whooped. Y'all got y'all feet whooped against them Saints. Had y'all crying and shit. Remember that? Then y'all barely beat the Giants. Thursday night football. Barely beat the Giants. And then you barely beat Pittsburgh last night. Tsunami Takeover, he said, hold on, let me read your comment, man. Cowboys in the top 10. You don't believe that. You can't possibly believe that. Cowboys in the top 10? Where? Damn, ho, I might jump on a bandwagon this year. I'm good. LOL. If you say I'm good, I'm repping. Come on over. Come on over. Bills lost to the Ravens and to the Texans. Come on, we gonna measure up who they lost to? Let's talk about it. We're gonna measure up who they talk to, because the Bills definitely better than everybody that y'all done played against. I got the Saints tonight. The official Keith Jack. And we whooped the Browns 33-17. First game of the season. Everybody is rusty. Nobody looked good. Like, even though y'all won that game, didn't nobody look good in that game. You see who the Saints lost to, though? Who the Saints lost to? Tell me. And who the Saints beat? Saints the last team. Who the Saints beat? That was a dogfight. Eagles. And then they lost to the Falcons, who I got ahead of them. Same division. But tell me who the Saints beat. Tell me who the Saints beat, Tiny. That's going to eliminate all this shit. Tell me who the Saints beat. Said Cowboys dial up. They all in the mix. Y'all all in the mix. But that don't mean y'all top 10 though, Tiny. That don't mean y'all top 10. Sorry, not sorry, bro. What have y'all done to look good? Y'all won last night. I'll give y'all the win. But even like, man, we looking trash. I got family that's across the street right now. This is like, man, we trash. Yeah, we winning, but we trash. Brandon Aubrey is our best offensive player. That's what everybody's saying. That's a Cowboy fan. And that's a damn fact. That nigga takes up 65 yards of offense for y'all. Nigga, whatever y'all can't convert, that nigga can come to the 50 and kick a fucking field goal. Brandon Aubrey got more yards than the running backs put together on y'all team. That's trash. Trash. Cowboys top 15, top 10. No, sir. No, sir. The official Keith Jack, I don't know who you are, bro, but if you've been following us for some time, I knew Dan Quinn was coming up to be a head coach. And if you watch numbers on the board, when me and Tiny was on numbers on the board last year, I was calling for Dan Quinn to be our coach last year. And I got what I wanted, and look what's going on. Hey, shit like this happens all the time, bro. So he coming over here coaching with us, and to me, y'all still got more talent over there than we got. But it's what you doing with the talent. It's what Cliff Kingsbury's doing with the talent. It's the other guys that we got from other teams. It's not just them two. Running back room looking way better. We needed Eric Bieniemy to fuck up out of there. It's our time. Every 4 years is our time. Every 4 years is our time. Take over. Nigga, Tiny, I can't wait to play y'all, nigga. You know you owe me some money. For the money you took from me, you know you owe me some money, nigga. I can't wait to play y'all. And ain't nobody afraid of y'all. He said Cliff Kingsbury weak. Weak ass always start off hot. Okay. Let's see what his weak ass dial up on y'all. Look at Kyler Murray, then to fall off at the middle of the season. We're going to see. Kyler Murray can't look over the line. Kyler Murray can't look over the line. It's different. Our dude can sit in the pocket. If he don't like what he see, he getting the fuck up out of there. Who gonna stop him? Tiny, we can hop on live and we can go for this shit. You know, I gotta, matter of fact, it's 12. Let me go drop baby girl off. And then we can get to it if you want to. But I gotta get out of here though. I gotta drop baby girl off. But yeah. Right now, Jaden Daniels is breaking records, yo. He's looking like the best quarterback in the league right now. Him and Lamar is neck and neck. You feel me? Y'all know, I know you hate to see it. I know you hate to see it because it's us. You know, I know you hate to see it. I told you niggas. I try to tell you niggas. I told you niggas it was coming. I told y'all it started off with getting rid of everybody. We got us a general manager, a real one. Started off with him. We got Dan Quinn, who I wanted. And then we turned this whole goddamn roster around. We got the owner first. We got the owner up out of there. Said Joe Burrow the best quarterback in the league right now. Okay, if you want to say that. You going to say anybody but Jaden Daniels right now. Jaden Daniels beat Joe Burrow, by the way. Let's see what Dak Prescott do against Joe Burrow. But yeah. Thank y'all. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button on the way up out of here. I'm gonna call this nigga Tiny off of here. And if you want to go and holler on IG, I mean on YouTube Live, we can do that too. But y'all like that light? If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, especially that official Keith dude, Keith Jack. Make sure you subscribe, my guy, because this is my first time seeing you up in here. Make sure you subscribe. Come back, you hear? Come back, because we can do this shit all the time. But anyway, we out.